Oh, well, at least Wayne's in there.
I got you in there, Sam Bagger.
Slam and Sam's in there. And remember, Slam and Sam is not a ham.
That's 10-4. Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing okay, but I think maybe Pete's got a problem over there.
Was he the one speaking the Spanish?
No. He wouldn't be doing that.
I don't know, maybe he had one of them Spanish microphones.
Hello, Slam and Sam. I think you can hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Wow, holy moly.
It takes time to get things together around here. Come on. Antique flea market radio junk I got over here, you know? You can't just go from here to there. You gotta go from here, stop there, check over here, look at that, and then go there.
So what are you running?
Don't forget, you asked. Demco, super satellite.
Oh, good. Okay. And, very good.
It is very good. The Demco, super satellite. But I have to get it, I hadn't been on a while, so I got to get everything lined up. I just can't come on at full bore. I got to work my way there to make sure it's all right.
Well, now I'm running the Utopia tonight, and I want to see Lane's signal here as compared to yours.
Oh, that Utopia is always a good sounding radio.
Yes, it is.
There you go, Dave. You're giving me an 8 now, swinging to a 9.
What are you running, Wayne? You running the ICOM or you running the something else?
No, I'm running the ICOM.
Wow, boy, did your signal come up.
It's got some kind of scrill going on, though.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Yeah, I see it. It's my tuner tuning up.
And just for reference on the Demco here, Dave, you're a 9 and Wayne's a 20 over.
Yeah, I used to be right there with him. Now he's way over. But just for reference, currently you're just under a 10 over 9 on this meter. Wayne is about a 9 1/4.
Oh, I'm a 10 over. All right.
You're a 10 over at my place, too.
Yeah, Wayne's about a 9 1/4, and you're a 9 3/4.
And I'm running this radio at full power, and I have the tuner on, even though the SWR is 1.9 to 1.
Now, those ham radios don't like the tuner. The ones with built-in tuners, they don't like SWR over 1.5. Mine automatically kicks in when it hits 1.5.
Yeah, but that ain't your tuner making that squealing noise either.
No. Is it still squealing?
No, it's done squealing. So was it your tuner then?
I don't know. Maybe it's just tuned up all the way now. I'm noticing I'm getting showing about 40 watts dead key swinging to 100.
And it was completely clean, but it's starting to creep in lightly. Still kind of creeping in lightly there. And do I have enough audio off this thing, Dave? I keep using this microphone on different radios, and I don't know. It's been so long since I used a Demco, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah, it sounds good. Wayne's signal came up a little bit more after the squeal went away. Now he's a 9 1/2.
Oh, man. So he's obviously doing way better than me, because if I run the same power as him, he's going to be outdoing me.
Yeah, he's running 40 watts. you know, you're doing, you know, what? Well, not 10 dB more, but probably at least 6 dB more. 6 or 8 dB more.
Well, right there is 40 watts.
Yeah, he's got you nudged out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. So, he's in a better location towards you, but even still, I got an antenna up high. So, well, there it is. You know, it is what it is.
Well, I'll tell you, that antenna was a big improvement for him.
And I can hear a lot better too.
Now the squeal's back.
Yeah, and hearing is way important. Can't work them if you can't hear them. There we go. Hopefully that's 10 dB over.
Not quite, but 9 3/4.
Oh, damn it. All right, how about that?
Oh, there you go. Now you're at 10 dB over.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's fine, and then I'm happy.
I got you 10 dB over, almost swinging to 20 with your audio.
Yeah, and you're 20 screaming to 25 with your screaming, squealing scream.
Is it still squealing? I just turned it back.
Oh, it's getting worse now.
Yeah, before it was a slight little background. Now it's pretty strong.
You figure that out. I got to duck out for un momento. 10-100 kind of thing, because I already been down here an hour playing radio without a break, so I got a quick run out and I'll be back. But the gate's running county-wide on the Demco. Super Satellite.
Were you playing on 160 again?
Yes. Amplitude modulated medium wave radio frequency.
Very good.
Good evening. How about this for the squeal?
And that
Squealing. Like a pig.
and Bite Buster's in there.
Yeah, I hear him too. Hello, Bite Buster.
Hey, finally.
Yeah, I think the beam's even closer to you now. I moved it even more to the east.
Still a lot of noise in there when we key up.
A lot of noise where?
So you bring in whatever background, that's going on the airwaves,
Oh, yeah, there might be a fan in the background. Turn the mic gain down a tad here.
That's what I just did. Did that take the squeal out?
Yes. For the moment, you're not squealing.
All right. And I heard Bite Buster, too. Good.
Yeah, welcome to the welcome to the real world, Wayne.
Thank you.
See what a real antenna will do for you?
Yeah, it makes all the difference. Although I didn't get to put the coax seal on it yet.
Well, you're not done tuning it. That ring needs to be tuned. After talking to Pete, you don't have a point in your SWR curve where it goes down to 1-to-1. So there's an impedance adjustment that needs to be made, and that's done on the ring.
No, it was 1-to-1 underneath the CB band, below the CB band, 26 something.
That's not what Pete told me. He said it was below 13, but not below 1, and it never went below 1.5 or something.
I thought I saw about 1.2, which would be acceptable if I can get to that.
Yeah, well, like I say, just that ring, and that'll fix it.
Yeah, we have to take it down to do that, though. So I need to have 3 guys here to do that.
Yeah, I know, it's a pain.
plastic straps I had with stainless steel straps. So it should be easy to come down and put back up.
All right, what did you say, Bite Buster?
Is it on his roof or is it on a tower?
Kind of on a 20-foot piece of mast strapped to the side of his house.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Test 1, 2, test 1, 2.
I just found out another good thing when Phil Towers is my ex-wife. They put just on my property before. Found out they couldn't put it on there because she was supposed to sign it over before the date that they put it on there, but the judge took it off, so I ain't got to pay that back.
I wanted to try an experiment tonight with one of my filters, but I can't seem to find it. I must have misplaced it somewhere.
My property, my ex-wife had a judgment on there. We got a little bit of Mexico coming in, and
No, I don't hear them. They're at the back of the beam.
she was going nothing driving me up or anything. She did it and had an accident. Now a judgment on my property for it. Well, the judge looked at it because she was supposed to sign the property over to me before.
Uh-oh. Wow. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. This pot is definitely bad. It needs to be fixed. They didn't make them like this. I keep touching it and then it goes off. There we go. That's a little better, maybe. I think this radio is in need of some tender loving care. Oh well.
Well, that's definitely an improvement. I can hear Bite Buster, but I'm only able to pick out a word here and there.
So you can hear them, but you can't understand them.
Down there is like
That's correct.
100, so
But before you couldn't hear them at all.
I sell the property.
That's also correct.
Yeah.
So then it's definitely an improvement.
Definitely. And my tuner crapped out and now it says through.
Your tuner crapped out. That's weird because your SWR isn't all that far off. It should have been extremely easy for the tuner to bring it in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Now, it must be a complex impedance situation there. Even though the match is good or decent, it's got some kind of either a capacitive or inductive component to it that the tuner doesn't like.
Down there.
Yeah, it didn't like something because all of a sudden it just popped from tune to through.
You got pictures of the lightning being the mosquito.
That's weird.
There's one place that had on a picture of a mosquito was like there.
Maybe you ought to try that Ranger setup with your afterburner there.
See how bad.
Nah, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't even think about turning the linear on with the match being not close to 1 to 1.
Do you still have that tube amp? The one from Pete?
Yeah, the tube amp won't care because it'll match whatever impedance it is. Like that 3 to 1, it'll match it.
Yeah.
Just a comment or two.
Or 3.
So I quick ran out to the garage just to see how well I was hearing off the 10-foot in the air antenna of mine on that Arduino receiver, and I'm impressed by that thing. I hear Bite Buster as good on that thing as I do here on this, which speaks to the sensitivity of that radio. And You sound really good on it. Of course, you sound good on this, but you sound good on that too, which is pretty amazing. Wayne got rid of his squeal, and I never saw any match lower than like a 1 point, what was it? 1.87 to 1. I think that was the best. 1.87 to 1 at like, I think it was like channel 9 or something like that. So you're only, the dip was just below 13. So you need to shorten your radiator slightly, but it's on your gamma match. You need to tune that ring, because on the Smith chart, and I always lose the fact of which side of the Smith chart is capacitance and which side is reactance. But he was on the high side of the Smith chart, so whichever one that is.
Yeah, I can't keep them straight either.
Classic Radio Roundup, rare.
Yeah, hello, Classic Radio Roundup. So whatever one that is what it is on the Smith chart. Who's breaking?
Yeah, Red Baron just popped in to say hello. I don't know how decent of a signal I have, but we're trying. They're over here in Downtown. Just waving a hand to all the Classic Radio Roundup. Ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, we're standing by listening in.
Yeah, hello, Red Baron. Spitfire, right back at you. Sounding good to me. No trouble at all picking you up on my antique flea market radio receiver there, Red Baron. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Thank you. Greetings to everybody.
Of course, one disadvantage to having the beam a little more to the east, I don't hear him at all. He's south of me.
I need to get it straight in my mind which side of that Smith chart is which, but it's on the one side. And that SWR dip, the way it was, his radiator's pretty right on, but being off on the Smith chart and the high SWR overall tells me that, you know, the radiator's more or less the right length, but either the capacitance or the reactance is wrong.
Yeah, it's either a little inductive or it's a little capacitive. And yeah, you got to tune that out with the matching network, and that's the ring. So there you go. And that'll bring the SWR down to flat. We were able to do that with all-offs antenna. We kept adjusting. And the funny thing is we were adjusting the ring, and it got to the point where it was all the way over, and we couldn't go any further because it was hitting the radiator. So we had to take it apart and flip it over so that it was on the opposite side of the radiator for the ring, and then we were able to get it in the rest of the way, and it went right down to 1-to-1.
Well, Wayne's got my VNA, so if he can get a crew over there to work it, you know, he should be able to tune it.
I would think so.
Yeah, it's the ring for sure. I'm certain of that.
Oh, I'm 100% certain of that. I've seen it before.
All right, let me try something here. Is that too much audio, or is it still good?
Didn't seem to change that much.
All right, well, I went up a little bit, but it gives me more modulation on my meter.
Yeah, you want to see that? You want to see that swing? Yeah, you got to see that swing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got a little bit of background in there, but I like this radio though. Although the clarifier pot is definitely in need of some major cleaning or something, because it won't stay steady. But there's some other things I got to do to this radio. I just don't have the time.
Check to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Some swing is a good thing, but like anything else can be overdone. Who's the other check-in for the Classic Radio Roundup?
JB Johnny Bravo, Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Hello, Johnny Bravo, Westchester, Pennsylvania. Spitfire, working this antique Demco super satellite.
Roger. Saying howdy and hello. I'll be standing by. Thanks for the, let me check it.
Yeah, give me that handle one more time so I can try and get it into my brain. I'm getting old.
Yeah, it's JB, but I go by Johnny Bravo too.
JB, Johnny Bravo 2. All right, I'll try to remember. I don't think I ever ran into you before, but nice to meet your acquaintance. Glad you checked in to the Classic Radio Roundup. Well, you know, Dave, this is my favorite Class D Citizens Band radio transceiver.
Yeah.
You know, it's a radio that's pretty impossible not to like.
Well, that's it, you know. I've got a whole bunch of radios, and I don't know if I could pick out any one favorite, because it's I've got you know, things I like about a lot of them. What's the one bad thing though is that a lot of the ones I really like are starting to break down in certain ways, and that's taking away from some of the enjoyment of them.
I'll be back quiet.
Well, the Demco is my most unique, probably my rarest, and it's a really good performer. Transmit, sensitive receive, big meters. There's a whole lot to like about it. Big. And then to come in second place, that's where the fight begins. First place is this thing is hands down my first place. Second place, like I said, is where the fight starts. And that comes into the Shakespeare 740, the Tram Titan, you know. And then after that, for third place, it could be a whole bunch of different radios.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd like to say the D201 is my favorite, but that's got some little things wrong with it that take away from the enjoyment of it. So it kind of keeps me from saying that. You know, my Browning is up there. That's a joy to run. But most of the crystals in that thing are way off frequency. I managed to get 13 to be on, because that's the only channel I really ever use it on. Of course, it has a, you know, it's crappy on sideband. Browning's just not a good radio for sideband. But, after that, I mean, you know, this radio here is in the running. Cobra 135's in the running. Surprisingly, I'm not a big fan of the Cobra 2000. I mean, it works okay for the most part, but I'm like, maybe it's just because it's too new. I don't know. It's a newer radio, but yeah, I got a bunch of radios that are kind of fun.
Well, yeah, you know, if you're gonna count fun category in the running, well, that puts the Metrotech Pacer in the run for the fun category just because of what it is. And I think that's what makes me like the radios that I like, is their uniqueness about the particular radio, as far as being, you know, higher or lower on my list. Not always necessarily the best performers, but they're all pretty good performers. They all do the job that I needed to do. They all hear good. Some hear better than others, of course. And then there's the transmit aspect, you know, how well they transmit and all that. But the Demco is far and above, easily in my number one spot. Super Satellite. I think there was 2 breakers in there, so I don't know how to separate them.
With a knife?
Well, let's surgically separate the breakers. The stronger one, to me, I heard, but I don't know if it's any different than the weaker one. But I did hear 2 different breakers, so somebody's got to pick it up.
Yeah, I think I'm having trouble, though.
Well, there's the Night Train. Who was the other one? Stand by, Night Train. Let's see who the other breaker was. We'll put him on standby after. Going once? Going twice?
Maybe there wasn't another breaker.
Well, I heard somebody under Night Train, so maybe, I don't know. So go ahead, Night Train. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Well, top of the evening, gentlemen. The night train base station sign on classic radio roundup. I already hear that you're on your Demco super satellite, but I didn't hear what bagger was on.
I'm on the high gain Utopia.
Oh man, I thought about mine. I did, but I'm on the tram D201 hand wired. 10-4. I'm on my Icom, but this is the new antenna. Hey Roger, what's going on, Wayne? Same old stuff, just different day.
Wayne's blowing smoke.
I know, he got the needle all the way over there. Yeah, but I don't understand why they didn't get him a one-to-one match. It ain't hard to match a V58, is it, Bagger?
Well, they didn't fool with the tuning ring enough, is my guess, because that's all they need to do now.
Yeah, well, 123 had it in his mind that the tuning ring was a bandwidth adjustment.
Well, he's under the wrong impression because it's not. It's a capacitive reactance component of the tuning.
That was the reason why they couldn't tune you. They thought you had to raise the shaft up and down.
Raising the shaft up and down is your resonant frequency, your center frequency. That's the length. But the capacitive reactance component of it is the tuning ring.
Right, so all they had to do was tune that ring for the best SWR.
Yeah, they pretty much got the radiator length correct. They just need to tune that gamma match ring.
How do you tune it? Make it shorter or longer?
No, you move it in different places around the ring.
Yeah, that little clamp on the ring. You slide it one way, you slide it the other way until you get the right match. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're probably pretty much. It should drop down to 1-to-1, pretty close to. I'm saying channel 9 is where you're, without changing your radiator length right now. So by moving that gamma match one way or the other, you'll get your 1-to-1. You'll be 1.2-to-1 or less on channel 13 here.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, it's not hard to do that. But now they got to pull the antenna back down.
Well, he's got my VNA to take care of the job when he gets a crew over there to do it.
Well, you let us know when they're coming back. Yeah, I was hoping to catch 123 on here tonight. Ask him when he can get back here. 10-4.
And just for reference, Wayne, you're the same signal as Night Train now. You were, I think, 10 dB under Night Train before, but now you're the same signal.
Awesome.
So it's working better over here in the volcano crater.
Again, awesome. Yeah, he's working good over here, too.
And he gets 1-to-1 match. I bet we won't really even see any difference in signal either. That's the funny thing.
No, maybe I'll hear them better, too. Now, does the SWR have an effect on the capability of receive?
I don't well, yeah, but you transmit and receive, but none of us are going to notice on the meter.
No, I mean, as far as is he losing fine details because it's slightly out of tune?
If you put it that way, fine details, like he may get Bite Buster a little bit better, but for all us in close, you ain't going to notice a difference.
Well, I tell you what, these are the big radios tonight, man. Everybody's sounding good.
Yeah, that's working better.
That's what I aim to do. Sound good.
This is that high-end equipment tonight, man.
Well, I don't know. I could run that Pacer, the Metrotech Pacer, and tell you it's a Tram Titan 4 and get believed.
Yeah, that Pacer sounds good though. It has beautiful audio quality.
I had Joker over here. He purchased a piece of gear off of me, and I was trying to sell him some other stuff. He wants to buy my Mustang too, which is the same thing as the Pacer, just different color radio really.
And he didn't walk out with it?
He didn't have the cash, but he says when he has the cash, he wants it. I'm like, okay, deal, I'll hold it.
Well, once he get hooked, and next thing you know, you're gonna have yourself a classic radio collection.
He'll like for a first classic vacuum tube radio. He'll like that Metrotech Mustang.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I'm surprised you would let it go.
I got the Pacer. There's a whole lot of stuff I want to let go. So if you're looking for anything, I'm selling. I'm only keeping a few. I'm trying to sell.
Yeah, I ain't looking for nothing.
Yeah, I've heard you say that more than once, and then within a week you're talking on a new radio.
Specifications are subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply.
So you know I'm not buying what you're selling.
Printed copies are available. Responsible replies invited.
So again, if you get the urge to get something else to your collection, just let me know. I may be able to fulfill your needs and wants or not.
Yeah, I hear you. I did.
Night Train.
Yeah, come on.
It's GB. Just waving a hand. Haven't talked to you in a while.
Wow, man, it's nice to hear your voice. How's everybody? How's the family?
Doing well, Night Train. Just, getting over to summertime. Summertime, I usually disappear. Now it's a little cooler and less busy. Trying to get back on the radio.
Yeah, you're sounding good. Children, everybody all right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, everything's fine. Kids are in sports, soccer, football. The baby's not a baby. He turned 4. So, yeah, life's moving forward.
What the heck is that noise?
That's a little bit of bleed over. Yeah, well, it's certainly nice to hear from you there, JB. Yeah, do not hesitate to key up there, 10-4.
Yeah, 10-4. I won't take any more time, but I heard your voice. And figured I'd say howdy, and hello. All right, Night Train. This is JB. I'll be back quiet. Thanks for picking me up.
All right there, JB. 73's to you. I'm going to step aside in case somebody else want to holler down that way.
What happened to Slammin' Sam? Is he still out there?
He kind of disappeared, too. Even though he's still around, because he works up there at Bob's Tire.
No, he was in here tonight.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, and I only got a quick hello, and I thought he was going to stick around. Because I did hear him doing a check, check, check when I was listening on the garage radio.
Damn, poor. So how's my 201 sounding, man?
Oh, you'll like the way that sounds coming through the Demco speaker.
Yeah, you like the Demco sound coming through here, and Bagger sounds choice. Hey, well, Wayne sound good, too.
And that's really nice to know, because I like to sit back in the chair, and I am a full arm's length away from the microphone.
Yeah, I'm sitting back, too, but I'm actually sitting up in the bed with the D104 resting on my belly. It sticks out far enough for me to do that.
Well, let's see what happens if I talk a little softer and a lot closer. Is that all right? Or am I better off with a arm's length normal voice?
Arm's length normal voice.
Yeah, when you talk close to the mic, it tends to enhance the low end. Kind of like the broadcast sound. I can do that here and turn the microphone gain down. And it sort of sounds like the high fidelity radio, don't you know?
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, I don't want to sit like that. I'd rather sit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how mine sound.
Here's close up right here. We got 72 degrees right here on the outside. You're right here with your night trains on that little special thing on Classic Radio Roundup 27115. And we'll be back in a moment.
Well, you could hear it for yourself on the video gate, but either way, I'm fine with either way. They both sound good.
Yeah, I kind of think that the distance was what the D104 was about. So that, you do your business and whatever it is you were doing, dispatch or broadcasting, that you could sit there and intelligently operate the thing without getting all up in the face of the microphone.
Yeah, I don't like to have to eat the microphone. I like to be able to sit back and leave it on the desk and talk and not sound like I'm a million miles away. So yeah, if this is working out, that's where I prefer to be.
Don't get me wrong, there's nothing like the taste of a D104, especially the Silver Eagles.
That's what I'm using. Silver Eagle D104.
And this is a non-amplified D104, but it is the stock mic to the Tram D201 hand wired.
That's right.
So I could actually come on stock mic night with this one and be justified.
Technically, you're right.
Yeah, technically, yep. There you are. Not in violation.
That was the mic that came with that radio.
Yeah, this is definitely the stock mic, and it matches the radio.
So you can totally bamboozle people and say, yeah, I'm using my stock mic on stock mic night.
That's right. Y'all call it stock mic night, and I come out with my Louisville Slugger.
So anyway, guess who we ran into on Sunday night there, Train?
Who?
Sparky.
Get out of here. And he was on the air?
Yeah, he might even show up tonight. You never know.
Jim Roger, what was his reason for not being on the air?
He didn't really get super specific, but I think it's more job related and other activities. He also said he kind of got involved in high fidelity tube audio stuff. So I guess conflicting activities and conflicting amount of money. I don't know.
Steve remembered me from Norristown.
Yeah. Somebody mentioned him some little while ago, and I thought he sort of just gave it up. I wish that Skeeter would come in.
Skeeter's too busy building race cars.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still get on Classic Radio Roundup 27115. Look at that meter. Look at that modulation. See, it's not overdone. What does it sound like, guys? Is it nice?
Yeah, it's smooth.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're building race cars or doing high-end audio, if you already got the CB radio equipment station set up, what's an hour a week?
Yeah, you could just come in for the first half if you couldn't make the second half.
There's only there's 168 hours in a week.
Is that what it is?
168 hours is 7 days.
Well, I think, for a while there, he was working second shift, and that may have had something to do with it. He may still be doing that.
Second shift will have everything to do with it. Ask me, I'll tell you.
Well, that does knock a man out if he's on second shift, especially if he starts around 3:30.
Yeah, so he'll never be around during a roundup if that's the case.
Who are we speaking of that's working second shift, Sparky?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking about Skeeter.
I was talking about Sparky because he was, at one time, when he switched jobs, he was working second shift, and I don't know if that's still the case, but for a while it was.
Dang it, 4. I wanted to do my Utopia sound as good as that one, Bagger.
I don't know. I would think it should.
You running a D104 with yours?
Yeah, my tried and true Silver Eagle.
10-4. I have mine set up right now with the actual stock mic. It's a hand microphone from High Gain. I don't know if I've ever tried it.
Yeah, you really got to put a D104 on it to make it sound good.
K4.
I think there's a breaker, I think.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
I hear you. Is that Joker?
That is I.
Why do you sound like you're talking through a toilet paper roll?
Because I barely have a voice.
Oh, well, you're barely having a voice. Sounds like it's coming through a toilet paper roll.
I don't even hear Joker. I normally do.
Uh-oh, you sick again?
I have had the Wuhan flu since Saturday.
The what? The Wuhan flu?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Like COVID?
Oh, no.
Guys, cover your speakers. Hello there, Joker.
Yeah, let me go get my mask for my speaker.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, I wanted to come in quick and say hello, and then you guys have a good night.
Hey, Joker, before you leave, man, what is the name of that flu?
What, the Wuhan?
Yeah, where's that come from? Like China or somewhere?
Yeah, the Wuhan flu, a.k.a. COVID.
Oh, is that the same thing?
Yeah, it started in Wuhan, China.
Oh, I thought maybe we had a new one out there.
Well, they're on strain, GFK HIJ 246 by now.
That's really something, man. That thing's still going on.
It's here for the duration. It's just like the flu now. It's going to be here forever.
Yeah, it got me pretty good this time. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.
All right there, Joker. Good to hear you on. Anyway, thanks for making the effort to check in with us. I hope you feel better, because you don't sound so good.
Where's Bite Buster going to come in tonight?
He was in there.
Bite Buster, you still sitting out there in the weeds? Bite Buster was coming in really good tonight, too.
Yeah, actually he was. I was hearing him real well.
And somebody's on sideband now, too.
Oh, that was awful.
Yeah, the Demco don't like that.
Sideband. I thought I heard bleed over.
Oh, maybe it was bleed over, but the Demco don't like sideband.
Is the Demco strictly AM radio?
Strictly AM radio. It's all about AM.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Because everything in there is dedicated to AM.
That's right. Yep, everything about it speaks AM. Speaks high fidelity on the receiver.
Yeah, very good.
So it has to be as big as a table.
It is very much takes up my whole tabletop all the way across. There's the Bite Buster.
What's going on, Bite Buster?
Oh, not much. You sound pretty good.
Thank you, man. I'm on my Tram D201 hand wire, which is different from the 201A.
Well, I am getting a little bleed over from the next channel up, but yeah, for the most part, you sound really good.
Hey, Roger, on that. Yeah, doing the best I can with what I got. How's everything up that way?
Good, good. We're searching for land, build another house.
All right, well, whatever you do, take your altimeter with you. When you if it's hiding behind a mountain, you gotta find fault with the house. 10-4, you be like, baby, I don't think I like this one. But if it's like 600 feet, you be like, baby, I love this one here.
Oh, the one we put an offer in on is on a hill. Is on the top.
Yeah, you're gonna like, no matter what the house looks like, if it's on the top of the hill, that's the one you want.
Right, you could jump the rest of it. Yeah, you can renovate or whatever you got to do. But it's the elevation that we're looking for, 10-4.
That's right. See, then I can keep it at the same height, but I'll be much higher.
10-4. I wish you the best with that. Perhaps you'll do better than what you're doing now.
You looking in the same general area or somewhere else?
Oh no, we're moving to Massachusetts.
Oh well, Massachusetts. I don't care if you're on the top of the White Mountains. We ain't gonna hear you.
That ain't doing us no good, Bike Buster. We thought that you were, going to get on Classic Radio Roundup and come down here booming.
Well, maybe I'll set up some kind of a relay here.
10-4. Yeah, maybe you can.
Yeah, find a Kenwood TS 480 HX and buy or give me a spare computer, and I'll set that up here for you, and you can remote access this whenever you want.
That would be pretty cool.
I did it before, but the radio died, and I didn't replace it with the same radio. But the Kenwood 480 radios, they're easy. They come with their own software for remote access. And as long as it's up and running on the internet, you can access that sucker from anywhere there's an internet connection.
And that's the way to do it.
When I had mine set up, there was a high tower in Canada and Doc Hammer out in Kansas. They were both checking in on the roundup, and they were using it when I wasn't even home because I left them access, password protected and all. And they would check in whenever they wanted, talking with the locals here. They became locals. And then the people that weren't in the know, like, where are you located? I'm in Abilene, Kansas. Wow, there's some good conditions today. And the rest of us in the know would just sit back and laugh.
Yeah. It was some pretty good days, man. I liked it, that Dr. Hammer.
I just know that radio is easy to set up for remote internet access. I used it from Key West, Florida, sitting on the beach drinking rum punch.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was in the Saskatchewan area last week. My wife, my family.
Saskatchewan?
Yeah, so we were actually in Banff, but we did the glaciers and the mountains around about. We went to Golden and did four-wheeling, and we just had ourselves a vacation. I just got back Sunday night.
That's why you were absent on Sunday night. Not that you're usually in there on Sunday nights anyway, but you do on occasion.
Yeah, it depends on what the situation is, but we were up in Canada, man, for a week. And we just got back Sunday night.
Well, hell, it'll take you a week to just get up there.
No, we flew. Believe it or not, man, we had to fly to Atlanta. I mean, we flew from Calgary to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Philadelphia.
It seems counterintuitive. There's no direct flights from Philly to Canada?
Not to Calgary, no. Not that I know of. If it was, she certainly didn't book it. But Mrs. Train does all the booking. She's pretty efficient, so apparently, now on the way up, we did Winnipeg and then over to Calgary. But coming back, we went Calgary to Atlanta and then Atlanta to Philadelphia. But it was only an hour and maybe 15 minutes between Atlanta and Philadelphia anyway.
There's a ham on 10 meters AM I talk to semi-regular. VE6CQ. He's from Calgary.
10-4. So that's nice. The whole thing was nice. We had an Airbnb in the mountains of a place called Dead Man's Flat. That's the name of the town or whatever, the area. And then, because we went up on a glacier. I didn't know a glacier was 600 feet deep. But the glacier that we went up on, they have those big old giant treks that have those wheels almost 6 feet high. You get in there, carry about maybe 10 or 15 people up the glacier, and you get to walk on top of a glacier.
I've never been to a glacier in Canada or the States, but I've been to glaciers in Norway, and pretty much the same thing. Pretty wild. Oh yeah, they're way deep and thick. Oh yeah, you hit the wrong crevasse and you're gone. It's over, Johnny. They ain't ever gonna find you until maybe some artifact in 10,000 years they might find you.
Yeah, but watch out. The global warming people say they're all disappearing.
Them things ain't going nowhere no time soon. That 600 feet, that ice was just thick. You could have built a house on it.
Just think.
Yeah, ice house.
It'll be yellow for like 100 years.
Say that again, what, for 100 years?
I said, if you take a whiz up there, it'll be like a yellow for 100 years.
Yeah, that's not good, because it was so pure and so clean up there. Shame on you, Bite Buster.
Just a thought.
These thoughts are always going to come through our minds, and you know that.
I seen this little thing where the little boy said, "Daddy, they suspended me from school for peeing in the swimming pool." And his father says, "Well, everybody's peed in the swimming pool. Why would they just suspend you from peeing in the swimming pool? Everybody peed in the swimming pool at one point." He said, "But not." He said, "Not from the diving board, Dad."
Yeah, well, yeah, you can't make it obvious.
It's just a joke.
Only in America.
Everybody wants to talk about peeing on the glacier and how long it's going to stay yellow.
But if you was a man claiming to be a woman and peed from the diving board into the pool, they'd probably give you an award.
Oh.
Yeah, you might, because if they discriminate you, then you could sue and get rich.
That's right. Turn it all around on them and sue them for discrimination.
Yeah. This conversation going all the way down the hill.
Yeah, we've gone off the rails at this point. Just checking. You know, and you got to load and plate. You got to check this stuff out once in a while. Yeah, I like what's right is wrong. What's wrong is right anymore. It's crazy.
For discrimination. Yeah, see, so he was still in trouble. That's a shame. You know, I talked to a man who had a business, I think somewhere in the Lansdale area. I'm not sure exactly where it was. He was saying that because he owned the business, he was a single man. He said they tried all different kinds of ways to file suits against him.
That's why most people, create an LLC corporation to isolate your personal finances from that of your business.
Yeah, he was saying that one woman, she knew he worked on Saturdays all by himself. He'd come in and do things to maintenance the business and whatever it is that he was doing. And he said she came in on a Saturday talking about how she had to catch up on some things that, that were like wanting. And she just needed a little extra spare time. And he smelled her perfume and everything, and she was all dialed up. He said, "I got out of there."
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, he knew what was coming next. She wanted to be in on those millions.
Oh yeah. Smell a gold digger a mile away.
Yeah, she was digging some gold, but he said, "I got out of there."
It's a shame that we live in this liquidous society where you can't trust anybody at face value anymore. You just can't. You can't trust anybody. And then the poor straight shooter honest folk, they get scrutinized and like everybody else, and like you don't get a fair shake. Well, it's too dangerous to trust anybody at face value.
I know, man. When I was over in Switzerland, they had a guy following me around the watch store to make sure I don't steal none of the Swiss watches. I was just trying to buy a Swiss watch. This guy was following me like a dog.
Maybe he liked your perfume.
I ain't had no perfume on. Bite buster.
Like your aftershave.
Yeah, I asked him, I said, do you work here? He says, yeah. I'm like, this is ridiculous the way this man is following me around like that.
Hey, it's just your basic racist, that's all.
That's what I figured. You figure I'd come all the way from America to Switzerland to steal a watch.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter.
Hey, they got pickpockets galore over there. You got to be careful.
I did hear about the pickpockets, but, it's hard for me to believe that a man would come all the way from, and the thing of it is that the watch place was narrow, like a little alley store. You could barely fit two people up and down the aisles, and then they had glass cases on either side, and then a counter across the back. So that's a very narrow area. And the thing of it is, all of the watches were behind the glass, so it wasn't like, you were able to break the glass and get them. She would get the glass, open the glass and get you the watch and let you try it and whatever, and then she put it back. And he was shadowing it like, reminded me of Mrs. Ventresca's dog, man. That dog followed me all around the house until I cried out. I said, Miss Ventresca, I'm scared of your dog. She had one of them pit bulls, and he was threatening me.
So the watch store had a pit bull for a security guy.
I still think it was your perfume.
Nah, there's no perfume. Yeah.
Well, just don't eat anything that anyone offers you. You see what happened to that woman in France.
What happened?
Oh, you don't watch the news, man. You need to watch the news sometimes.
I wonder if ICOM radio sales are going to suffer.
Well, y'all got to cue me in because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well,
all right, what's wrong with ICOM?
He fed her some drugs that basically knocked her out, and he invited all his buddies over to, with his wife.
Oh, wow. What's ICOM got to do with that?
You don't know what happened recently with the ICOM radios?
No.
Well, I'll make a long story short, but what is it? Daggone, I can never remember their name. It'll come to me. Not Mossad. The Israeli Mossad got wind that Hamas was buying a crap load of, I don't know, VHF radios, portable radios, because they're trying to not use their cell phones because the Israelis been tracking their cell phones, and so Hamas thought they were going to be smart, and they bought all these VHF radios from ICOM. Well, Mossad got wind of that, intercepted the shipment, planted C4 in the batteries of all the radios. And then as they got distributed throughout Hamas, it was like yesterday or the day before, the Mossad sent out a signal and blew up all those radios.
Oh, that's murder.
I thought they were saying pagers. I'm thinking pagers. Who the hell still uses pagers?
It was both. It was pagers and VHF radios, but the radios that I saw on the news, it was an ICOM handheld.
And they wounded 4,000 people.
Should have just said boom.
Oh, it was great. It's classic Mossad. Like, okay, you go, we want you to go back to the cell phones because we can track you. So, but you're going to buy all these radios, we're just going to blow them up on you.
Wow. That didn't have nothing to do with what Bytebuster was talking about, though, Pete.
No, but it made me think of it because it's like current news and, you know, like I'm just wondering if ICOM sales are going to hurt because of it.
No, it wasn't ICOM's fault.
No, but you know how public perception is of things. They don't, you know, read the full story. All they know is ICOM radios blew up.
Yeah, but the public doesn't buy ICOM radios. Hams do. Hams don't care.
I just thought it was classic Mossad. Go ahead and screw with Israel and see what happens to you.
Yeah. That was an innovative solution, man. The knuckleheads in our government would probably never think of something like that.
Oh, they'd think of it. They just wouldn't have the balls to do it because they'd be afraid of some kind of litigation.
Yeah. Somebody would write them up in one of these liberal rags and go, "Oh my God, you are so cruel, unusual. Oh my God."
Yeah, how dare you blow up the terrorists that want to kill you?
Yeah.
4,000.
That was a double. Wayne, go first, and then Night Train.
Yeah, I said that the blast killed 19 terrorists and injured 4,000 others.
Who were in close proximity to the terrorists? If you were not a terrorist, you wouldn't have had one of them radios.
Correct. I think they did a good thing.
Yeah, they're all terrorists. Go ahead there, Night Train.
I was just teasing Bagger. He did his little woman voice. He sounds just like her.
Well, yeah, it's because, you know, these lefty quote unquote women are really not women.
What are they?
That's a good question, but you know, they identify as women, but they weren't born that way.
Well, now there's the party who cannot define what a woman is, but they got one running for presidency. But I thought you didn't know what a woman was. You couldn't define it. That Supreme Court justice in her interview, she couldn't define what a woman was, and she is one.
Yeah, right. I can't tell you what it is, but there is one.
Yeah, that's right. I see them every day.
Yeah, and I know when one isn't.
And sometimes you don't know. Specifications are subject to change.
Yeah, all I gotta do is check out the anatomy, and I can tell you.
Well, what about that Adam's apple?
Well, that's the first clue.
Yeah. Yeah, you got throat punch him.
Bytebuster's up there cracking up too.
Bytebuster, you hear Bagger tonight?
Oh yeah. This is a good conversation, by the way.
Bytebuster, are you hearing Wayne?
Yeah, I can hear him. Apparently he still can't make out what I'm saying, but yeah, I can hear him.
All right, well, that's half the battle. He says he can tell you're there, but he can't really get but a word or two now and again.
Yeah, that's the same thing on my end.
Oh, Bytebuster said he's hearing you, Wayne.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the power turned up on the ICOM.
Yep, I hear him.
It's good, Wayne.
Yeah, well, you're almost there. You just got to get rid of your noise level now.
Well, once he gets his SWR straightened out, then there's a possibility that he'll fine-tune things.
That's the real test. If you start hearing Bytebuster and having conversations with him, we know you're there. But the fact that he's even hearing you is a plus.
Yeah, I talked to 123 just about 15 minutes ago on the phone, and he's going to try to put a group together and take it down so we can make the adjustments.
Awesome.
Make sure you put that VNA on the charger then if they don't come real soon, because the last thing you want is get ready to use the thing and the battery's dead.
And then you can't talk about it.
You said I could use my phone charger, right?
Well, what if your phone charger has that same plug?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't check it out yet.
Well, if you need it, I got one, so let me know if you don't have a plug that fits it. I got one that I can bring over.
Okay, cool.
I think I heard a long distance breaker. Was there another breaker out there?
Yeah, that was me.
1, 2, 3, you're a grasser, but I hear you. Well, you need more than 4 watts to hold up any kind of conversation, but I hear you.
And I can't.
I don't hear him now either, right? Well, at least not today.
Dude, if he had any less signal, I would have never even heard him. So he's at minimum signal level that I could copy him at.
And you have no noise.
And I have no noise, but I am not running a preamp tonight.
Aha.
Demco Super Satellite don't need a preamp.
Neither does your national receiver.
No, it doesn't. You pick up too much with a preamp on that thing. It's got its own preamp.
You can pick up Chinese people.
Even when I don't want to. Where'd you go, 123?
Yeah, climb that hill.
That must be what he's doing. And why is he on a 4-watt radio? What's wrong with him?
He might have got a hold of a classic and was trying it out on us.
Yeah.
Well, that there is a valid excuse.
It would be. Yeah, you never know. Specifications are subject to change here on Classic Radio Roundup.
Well, if you want to run a low-powered, crappy radio, do it on Wednesday night and you'll get a pass. Just claim it's a classic. On Classic Radio Roundup 27115. Where on Wednesday night, if we can hear you, we'll talk to you.
Maybe not.
I just put my preamp on. I still can't hear 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's all right. I can't hear him either because I don't think he's talking.
Yeah, I barely heard him.
You hear me now?
Oh, I hear you now. Bloop.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, that's our President Adams, FCC. So it's not classic. It's not a classic. It's a new one.
President Adams. Well, you're only giving me like 2 S units, but I hear you. It's got good audio.
Yeah, 10-4, man. 10-4. Yeah, this is no stock added package.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know about I guess that Roger beep's not too annoying. But let's see if anybody else can hear you. Are you your usual spot?
No, this is a spot where I'm, what's that, 550 feet elevation.
Where are you at?
In Wayne. I'm in Wayne. I'm closer to Devon, but I'm in Wayne.
All right. You're down in Goose's neighborhood, Wayne, Devon area. 10-4. Well, I'm hearing you on your President Adams. You say 4 watts output, but I hear you. So let me get off to the side and see if anybody else can hear that.
Yeah, I hear him. Hello out there. 1, 2, 3 Night Train got you. Come on.
Yeah, Night Train, you're in there booming. Booming sounding good.
10-4. Yeah, I wonder why you don't have an amplifier behind that radio.
This is just a temporary throw it in the truck deal. I mean, I'm only using a freaking 2-foot antenna. I got this little Midland center loaded antenna.
Well, I tell you what, your modulation is nice and clear and it's well rounded and wholesome, man. So if you put an amp behind that, you would be sounding pretty nice. 10-4.
Hey, 10-4. Yeah, this is one of them quickie throw it in. I can, plug it in the cigarette lighter plug, throw the magnet mat on it. You can put it in a rent-a-car or whatever. But the radio that's going in here. This is my truck. The radio that's going to go in here is my 99 or my Magnum S9, and then the 4-pill.
10 Roger on the 99 and the 4-pill. All right. Well, don't let me tie it up. Maybe somebody else wants to say hello before you get out of here. This is your night train base station working this all-glass station. I'm back quiet.
Oh,
no.
Good. How about that Renegade? You got a copy?
He's calling you, Wayne. I guess you don't hear him.
No, I'm not hearing him. Let me try a different spot. I'm not running to the neighborhood. I'm going to see if I can find a better spot. I heard Renegade coming in good when I was over at my Gooses.
Yeah, go find a better spot. Of course, that spot wasn't bad enough. Like, Train and I heard you, so it must not be horrible.
How about that? Renegade? You got a copy on 1, 2, 3?
You can't test him with 4 watts, man.
Well, he's here in Bite Buster up in the Lehigh Valley, so there's that. He's made an improvement for sure. And you guys should have tuned that gamma match while you were there.
Well, we were having a hard time with what kind of antenna is he using? Now we're thinking about it.
Yeah, Pete, tell him that tuning ring is a gamma match. It's not no bandwidth. Tell him, explain it to him.
I know what it is. I get it.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to do with bandwidth. But anyway, yeah. What's Mako 5 V58s there, Bite Buster.
That's what I'm running.
Yeah, that's what Wayne's running now, 20 feet.
That's a big antenna.
Yeah, it is. I think it's big, almost bigger than the house he's living in.
It's freaking awkward when you're on the roof with that thing, flying to the roof and you're trying to carry it up, assembled.
Yeah, he had plenty of help.
Yeah, he's got it on a 20-foot mast attached to his stairs deck arrangement, whatever. And I think they just put it together and lifted it up.
And then he got quiet. Oh, no.
Well, at least there's no skip in there.
Yeah, there was skip in there earlier, but yeah, thankfully not now, making a mess of things.
So you didn't feel like you had to take a whiz up on that glacier?
Come again there, Pipe Buster?
You can't even hear me. I said, so you didn't feel like you had to take a whiz up on that glacier?
No, there was probably about 100 people up there on that glacier. 10-4.
Bite Buster likes to toity talk. It makes him happy.
It's just funny.
Yeah, well, you thought it was funny when the kid was peeing in the pool from the diving board too.
Yeah, every conversation just.
Sometimes it's fun just to, talk stupid. I don't care what anybody says. It's just fun.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
Yeah, I can't be serious all the time. I gotta be stupid once in a while.
Hey, Buster, I didn't know that you were running a Mako V58.
Yeah. It's a big antenna, man. It's like trying to carry a fishing rod that's 4 times the length.
10-4, yeah. Somebody's giving me bleed over.
I'm getting it too.
Damn down getters.
I had it earlier.
I don't even think it's a down getter. I think it's one of our neighbors.
But he's splattering like a down getter.
I ain't a fool.
I heard that splatter too.
What do they do to the radio that makes it do that?
Clip the limiters out and then overmodulate them and splatter. And then they amplify all that mess.
Extra splatter.
Ain't nothing like some wholesome splatter getting on down.
Yeah, Night Train knows what splatter looks like on a spectrum analyzer, don't you?
Yes, I do. It looks like splatter.
Yeah, it just fans out on both sides.
And he also saw what happens when you tune it away.
Yeah, I liked it that. I should have never got rid of that radio. You know, I sold that radio.
You fix the splatter?
Well, Pete put it on his spectrum analyzer, Bike Buster, and, you know, we twickled with it until that rascal was perfect. The little nulls went down, and the guy in the center came up. So she was dedicated, you know, it was nice. And I sold it. I wanted one of them 40 channel Browning, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was the 23 channel. I liked it, the idea of the 40 channels. 10-4.
But the moral of the story, though, the actual moral of the story here is it was putting out watts. It looked like good watts. Man, this thing's putting out power. And then I put it on the spectrum analyzer, and it's putting out all these spurs. And I gave them cans of tune, brought the spurs down. The main carrier spike went up. The overall power came down, but it was actually putting out more power on the original frequency instead of showing more power all over the place. It was showing actually less power on the main channel, but it was actually more power on the main channel.
What radio was this?
A Browning Mark III.
Ooh.
Yeah, so then, so basically what it did was, it was like a unicorn. It only had one horn.
So would you call your spurs, would you call them harmonics?
Yes, sir, that's what that is.
No, spurs are not necessarily harmonics. They're just signals that are not on the frequency.
That's right. Yeah, harmonics are harmonically related to the frequency, and you'll see those spikes, but they're harmonically related, and those should be X number of dB down from your fundamental frequency. You were having splatter, and it was close in on frequency, not harmonically related, putting out power. It was wasted power, but it showed on the watt meter. So what the watt meter said when we started was higher than the watt meter said when we were finished, but the signal on the frequency that you're supposed to be on was actually putting out more power than it originally was, but it was showing less power than when we started, if that all makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense because it was dedicated. It was dedicated to the center of the frequency that we intended to be on.
Where a lot of people don't understand that because they don't have a spectrum analyzer. They just see more power and must be good. But all that power ain't on your frequency you're talking on. So it's wasted.
That's what happens when you tune with a watt meter only.
Getting down and getting on down.
And that's why you got all these downgetters splattering all over the place, because they tuned up with a watt meter and went, ooh, I'm putting out more power. Yeah, but it's all up and down the band and not where you want it to be.
It's wasted power. It's wasted power.
That's window licking power.
That's what they call ghost watch.
Yeah, it ain't doing you no good, but it's ruining the band.
Hold on, go ahead there, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, thanks, guys. How about a Renegade? You got a good now?
Dude, you're really grassing it now. Whatever spot you're at, it's worse for me anyway.
No kidding. Okay, all I did was
He must be in Goose's backyard because I can't hear him.
love a spot over here. Plus, I'll get that better.
Yeah, get up there on that Methak and the high school parking lot, and you'll be doing something.
I don't think anywhere you are from down there with 4 watts, Wayne's going to hear you.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's way down in the ground.
My duck.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, okay.
Bagger looks like a mud puppy.
Say what?
Somebody's calling Bagger a mud puppy.
Yeah, my duck.
Quackity quack.
More like nice to hear you guys on the radio.
Well, where else would we be?
Don't even know who it is, do you?
Sounded like Wayne.
Sounds like Putz Patrol. That was a triple or a double. I don't know who it is.
It's at Wayne's, though. It sounds like his radio.
I think it's Floyd.
Don't ever insult me like that.
It is Putz Patrol.
Oh, no.
Is that you, Dennis?
Yeah, it's me. I just got the Waynes. Me and the old lady broke up after 42 years.
Daggone, man, I haven't heard you in 20 years. But I recognize the voice. I'm like, no way. But it is. It's Putz Patrol.
Oh, don't tell Brainy.
Well, she made me get rid of all my radios and stuff because she didn't want them around anymore. I did that. It didn't work out, so.
Nah. If a woman wants you to give up your hobbies, you're better off giving her up.
Yeah, you're better off in the long run.
Well, that's just it. There is no us anymore. It's just me and my kids now.
Yeah, and a radio.
Yeah, I can't wait to hook the radio up.
Well, anyway, good to hear you on the radio at some point or another there, Dennis. Daggone, it's been 20 years since I heard you.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to go up and see Roger. Remember Crazy Roger from Bridgeport?
Happy Goer?
That's the one.
He's still around?
Yeah, he's up in Dewshore, PA.
I don't even know where that is.
That's up by New York State.
Yeah, it's not in my neighborhood. We ain't gonna hear him on the Classic Radio Roundup.
That's a shame, though. He was kind of fun.
He was unique. I bet him and Bite Buster would have had some good conversations.
Especially when he was drunk.
Well, we were all fun when we were drunk.
That's why he was the happy-goer.
Yeah, he liked to indulge in the finest green too.
I still do.
It's almost legal now.
Yeah, it's just about legal.
And I'm damn near 70 years old.
Well, ain't none of us getting any younger.
That's undeniable, unfortunately.
Yeah, that goes with the uh-oh.
It goes with the uh-oh.
Yeah. The uh-oh's for a whole nother reason, but yeah.
Wait till you meet my girlfriend. You're really going to shit. She's only 28.
You're gonna get a demerit from Mrs. Train.
Yeah.
She's only 28. And her name is Gabby.
You don't know about the rules on 13. Y'all gotta school him.
I'm only messing around, guys. I don't do that.
No, just watch the FCC banned words. We adhere to that here on Channel 13.
I heard that.
Yeah, Mrs. Train is our arbiter of decency here. So she sets the rules and we follow them.
Yeah, and I respect Mrs. Train more than I respect the FCC.
Love it. Have you talked to my brother there lately, Bagger?
No, we have not heard Brainy in quite a while.
Now, are you the same as Putz?
He is Putz.
That's why I'm calling him the Putz Patrol, because that's who he is.
All right, yeah. I've heard of you, Putz, through your brother.
Yeah, drain damage.
Not only brain damage, all kinds of damage.
Yeah, drain damage.
That's Dane Bramage.
He's not doing too good with his health, by what I understand.
He's been in touch.
He doesn't get on the radio anymore, though, or at least he doesn't talk.
He listens in. I did get a little bit more information on the cameraman. He said that they were too busy, with the medical thing and to talk. I tried to find out what his condition was, but they were both in the doctor's office. I guess they were probably seeing two different doctors or whatever, and they didn't get a chance to talk.
Brainy and cameraman together?
Yeah, that is correct. It was just a coincidence.
How about that? Then later they went to the Burger King.
I don't think they went to the Burger King. I don't think none of them going to the Burger King anymore.
That's a shame. I never did get a chance to drop in on that. Because I was always working, but yeah.
Yeah, I did get in on some of them, but not as many as I probably should have.
I didn't even know they were going on until after they were done.
Yeah, and there's no signs of the other fella. Oh man, I'm trying to think of his name, Gary. He used to show up at the McDonald's. They had a regular thing there, and every now and then I'd fall in, but everything's gone to pieces now.
Gary, you mean Mushmouth?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still living. I did see him one time in the McDonald's with his people. They were down to about maybe 5, and he was the only one that was a severe.
Well, that's the harsh reality of life, man. Eventually, we all move on in a more permanent direction.
Turn Roger on the permanent. So Mrs. Train, she left the room. She got herself a phone call, you see, but she won't stay in the room and do her phone call while the TV radio on. So maybe I should go in there and listen to her.
Yeah, Roger. Yep.
Well, that's good then. She probably didn't hear the infraction, so there will be no hell to pay.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, somebody else is in here. Is that you? Is that you, Snatcher?
Yeah, 4 seconds. Good evening, son. We're on the band.
Hello there, Snatcher, Night Train. I heard you when you keyed up there, 10-4.
Sure, I said, where you been hiding, big brother?
I was away with the family. I don't say nothing until I come back. Yeah, I was on a little vacation up there in the western side of Canada, 10-4.
Oh, yeah, Roger. Yeah, good deal. That's good. Yeah, I understand.
Man, I just saw a scan of the band, and I heard you guys in there. I just wanted to, do what I do best, rudely interrupt, and say hello.
Hey, Roger, well, let me step aside so the guys can say hello. Oh, panty snatcher, night train, I'm quiet.
What's that? Oh, I just something real quick. All right, nice train, no doubt about it. Put it on you later.
All right, it seems like you fixed that, whatever it was, in your modulation. Your last key up sounded pretty clear, but before you were kind of distorted a little bit there. 10-4.
Yeah, I had my carrier down too low, my dead key too low. I just bumped it up a little bit there. It's about 350 watt dead key swinging, about 1400 total.
Hey, Roger, it shows up on the meter, I'll tell you. It really does. It shows up like a local. 10-4.
All right, how about that? Can you still hear me now, Breaker?
Yeah, I got you about 5 pounds. Come on.
Yeah, good deal. I'm over in Solderton.
So where are you located right now? Are you up in the mountains or are you in Solderton, you said?
Hey, I'm down here in Solderton, yep. Solderton, Sellersville area.
Hey, Roger. Say Roger and a new girlfriend.
Break.
All right, well, we got a breaker out of here. Panty snatch, I'm going to step aside. 10-4?
10-4.
Go ahead there, Bright.
Yeah, thanks, Night Train. I'm not a snatcher. You got a copy on 1, 2, 3? Okay, Jay Roger. Anybody got a copy of your side of the train?
You are grassing it tonight, man. We have to admit.
Okay, I got you. I need a little help.
That is correct.
What do you want from a stock radio with a friggin' 2-foot antenna?
Truth of it is, it works. I mean, I hear you, but you can't expect everybody to hear you. 10-4.
Yeah, 10-4. I thought Wayne was able to hear me, and I thought, who was it? Was it Peter Bagger was out there heard me?
Bagger, do you hear 1, 2, 3?
No.
No, Bagger doesn't hear you either. You're definitely grassing it tonight.
Somebody heard me.
You're definitely grassing it tonight, man. Only me and Pete hear you.
Okay, 10-4. Yeah, okay. Well,
I hear a Roger beep.
yeah, but it's not this setup. This is a different setup.
10, Roger. Well, with an amp, it'd be a nice setup. 10-4?
Yeah, I got the amp just for this.
10, Roger.
You need at least 50 watts to do anything.
I got a 400 watt.
Does he got a Roger beep?
Yeah, you hear it?
Yes, do you hear it?
I hear a Roger beep, but I don't hear the audio. I hear the beep faintly out of the distance.
Alright, well, I'm out there, Snatcher. I'll get back with you guys later. I gotta go get my other car.
He said he'll get with you later, man. He's got to get his other car, Snatcher. He's running barefooted.
Yeah, Roger.
I'm not just barefoot, man. I am fat.
Barefoot, but not pregnant.
I had no socks, no shoes, no nothing.
And Roger, flat-footed. They call it flat-footed. Little D201 hand wire got some real nice receiver on it.
Yes, it does.
I had to give it some airtime because it'll sit there and dry up.
Yeah, you gotta run them, you know. You gotta keep those caps charged up and everything.
I really did want to run that Utopia, man. I'm curious, you know, but this one here, well, Barcat did rebuild this one. But still, man, I've seen the time when they just conk out for no reason. Like Channel 13 Crystal went kaboop for no reason at all. Then I bought a new crystal and the other one came back alive. hear some distant skip brewing way down in the grass.
Yeah, hopefully it stays there.
Hey, Bite Buster, you still there? That Bite Buster must have gave up.
Well, you know, he gets interference up there. There's some kind of traffic up there that is fairly close to him. We don't hear him, but he does, and they interfere with us.
Now, Bagger, I think they should have made an external speaker for the Utopia that look exactly like the Utopia. You know what I mean? You know how the Cobra 2000 has a matching speaker? They should have had one of them for the Utopia. Sit right next to it with the blue band going across it.
Yeah, it would have been kind of neat, I guess. Yeah, because the internal speaker ain't the best, but it works.
That's what I was referring to. You know, that little thing just sitting there doing the best it can. But an external would have really brought out the beauty of it, because the way that thing sounds coming through here, if I would sound that way coming back, it would be phenomenal.
Yeah, part of the reason the receiver is less robust is because, or the audio is less robust because the bandwidth is so narrow. You know, you get a couple of kilohertz off and you sound like sideband, you know, so you're not going to get the full high fidelity kind of sound out of it.
Well, you mean incoming? Because coming out, you sound real nice.
Yeah, I'm talking about the receiver.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so that would make me kind of narrow then right now, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't have any problem hearing you, but yeah, I mean, you know, somebody that's got a bandwidth that goes out to 4 or 5 kilohertz is going to get lopped off by this thing.
Yeah, I remember when I first got mine, the first one that I had, I didn't understand that. Cameraman said he's not going to like that radio.
What's that, the Utopia?
Yeah, because there's different ones that were just totally off frequency, and they sound like they were on a sideband.
Yeah, well, it only sucks if you're talking to somebody who's off frequency, or you got to tune them in with the clarifier or something.
Yeah, well, I didn't know at that time, so it's like, I'm like, can't they hear that? Can't they hear that? And they're like, they telling him he sound good. And I'm hearing, like, you know, borderline, you know, it was awful.
Yeah, I used to like it when I had my first Utopia back in the 70s. I could tell if anybody was off frequency, and I could almost, you know, tell them how far off they were. It was like the Guardian radio, you know. You knew if somebody was messed up somehow.
Do you remember the part of classic radio around though where Firestarter used to monitor all of the radios to see who was off frequency?
Oh, yeah, well, you had that spectrum scope.
Yeah, and he would let you know, and of course you would be laboring to get your stuff on frequency because Firestarter was like the frequency police.
That's kind of ironic too, him being the frequency police.
And he himself wasn't even on a classic radio. He come on classic radio with an ICOM 756.
Yeah, with his $1,000 Newman microphone, but yet he never sounded any better than when he was running my TRC 441 was the best he ever sounded without a $1,000 Newman microphone.
Got me a big old.
Oh, yeah?
What's up, Panty Snatcher?
What's up?
How's my son-in-law behaving these days?
I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, if I was, the world would be coming to an end. What's going on down there, you father-in-law?
Oh, you know, I'm trying to stay out of trouble, but doing a poor job of it as usual.
That's what I'm talking about. That's my man right there. back this might get out a little bit. Yeah, 10-4. 10-4, man. Riding season's almost over. It's starting to get cold out now. You know what I mean?
There's still 3 months left to riding season left if you're a real rider, and there's another 12 months if you're a real rider.
You know, I used to be a real rider. Middle of winter time, snowmobile uniform, heated gloves, full face helmet. Man, not no more.
No, when you get older, that cold starts to get painful, and it's not so much fun anymore. Yeah, I still got two months left. I'll get the bike out.
Yeah, you'll be bugged. I usually ride, sleep during the day. So at nighttime, when I do that off, it gets chilly out at nighttime, I tell you that, especially up in the mountains.
Well, yeah, when the sun goes down, that's a whole different ball game. I'm talking, 40 degrees sunshine is still good. 40 degrees in cloud, nah, I won't go out.
I hear you. All right, well, good hearing you out here, no doubt about it. Now you guys are having a few, so I'm going to stand by, read them out.
Countywide.
I'm going to scan the bed a little bit. I got this old 899 on the back of this here pick 'em up truck over here in Solderton. No two ways about it. Old panty snatcher mobile, moving on.
See you later, 64. Take care.
Tell me, Pete, I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck was that?
Whatever it was, it sounded like it hurt.
Yeah. And he knew it was doing something wrong. Hopefully it wasn't arcing.
That was Nice Train's BR21. It was chattering.
Oh, yeah, we heard it.
What causes the chatter? Is it the dead key's not high enough?
Yeah, that would be part of it, or the sensitivity of the circuit in the BR21 is getting maybe the keying tube's getting soft.
That is a tube, right?
No, I think about it, I don't know. I'm thinking of like the contacts and all that had the 6BQ5 as a keying tube. But I suppose that could be a solid state one. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't even remember, but I had to turn it off because all of a sudden it decided that it didn't like the tram anymore. Thing of it is, it was behaving itself pretty good all night.
All right, all you mud ducks, I gotta say goodnight. I gotta go meet my future grandson-in-law. So y'all take care here.
Yeah. All right there, Pussy.
All right. Good to hear you on the air. Daggone, Putz Patrol. Take care of yourself. Hopefully it won't be so long. Maybe you should get yourself back on the air now that you're a bachelor again.
Well, I plan on that in the next week or so. Guaranteed. Ham radio, CB radio, everything.
Hey, Putz, before you go.
Yes?
Brainy said that you know a guy named Tom Tom from Philadelphia. Is this true?
Why? Did he do something to you?
No, we grew up together. We spent a portion of our childhood. And I told the man, I said, listen, get Tom Tom my number and have him to call me. And Brainy let the whole thing drop. And that was the end of that.
I'll see Tom Tom this weekend. I'll let him know.
All right, well, tell Tom Tom you got Brainy got my number, and you guys have my permission to give Tom Tom my number. 10-4.
And it's Night Train, so Brainy knows who Night Train is, even if you don't know. But yeah, he mentioned him. And I'm like, man, it's been over 40 years.
I talk to Tom just about every weekend.
Right. Well, I want to be in touch with Tom. So if you can make that happen, I would certainly appreciate it.
No problem. I'll let him know.
All right, 10-4, and get my number from your brother, and tell Tom to call me, man. My brother knows his sister, and you know we all grew up together. 10-4.
10-4. Wayne got your number, so he'll give it to me.
10 Roger. Yeah, we all grew up together, and they left the neighborhood. I still remember the bicycle he rode. He talking about me riding a bike. I still remember his. 10-4. All right then. So make that happen for me, man. That'll be like probably a 50-year reunion. No, more than 50 years.
All right, y'all take it easy and be safe out there.
All right, do the same.
Roger.
Yeah, do the Night Train a solid.
Come again, come again, Pete.
Do the Night Train a solid.
Yeah, that would be solid. 10-4.
Yeah, that would be solid. Them kind of reunions are cool.
Yeah, I don't understand why Brainy didn't follow up on that. You know, they identified me. The boy who used to ride his bicycle, and he was the only Tom I knew. And I'm like, man, you know how you wonder what became of a person or where a person is, or, you know, and then all of a sudden he pops up. And then Brainy let the ball drop.
He may have just forgotten. You know how it is. Good evening, y'all.
Good evening, old JR. Come on, stop.
Were you dialing that radio up 1 hertz at a time?
No, I was listening. I heard what you were running, so I just continued doing what I was doing. But that's pretty funny, though.
2 hours to dial up from 1885 at 1 hertz at a time. All right.
Was he down 160 with it?
He was.
I was just listening to them guys chatting there. I was pretty busy. I was doing my own thing, but good conversation.
We do wind up with some interesting conversations down there, and we don't care who's listening either.
Well, that's for sure. That's all right. It's all good. No matter. No worries. It's fun no matter where you transmit, as long as you're transmitting.
Well, it's fun to have conversation with very limited guardrails, where you know you can make comments without anybody getting offended and butthurt.
Somebody thought that was a good chuckle's worth there.
Well, that's pretty much my overall intention anyway, to either educate or entertain. And I don't care if I offend, but the goal is educate and entertain. But I don't care if I offend you either.
If you don't know, now you know.
Hey, Panty Snatcher, good evening out there.
What's up, JR? Good morning. Good evening, son.
It's all right. It don't matter what time of the day, just as long as the time of the day.
Yeah, man, I just woke up a little bit ago. My day's getting started.
Second shifter.
Third.
Yeah, third shifter. That's right.
Pete, did you know? Pete, hey, Pete, look at the world we live in today, man. Somebody somewhere will always get offended.
And I also said I don't care.
How dare you?
That's right. We don't care.
I'll sell you a pager.
I'll sell you an ICOM radio.
Pete, what was it about? That ICOM thing?
Yeah, the Mossad got a hold of a shipment of ICOM radios and pagers that Hamas bought, and they planted C4 in all of them. Wait until they were distributed out to the terrorists, and then they probably transmitted on some frequency and blew them all up.
That's quite a terrorist attack.
That's not a terrorist attack. That's warfare against terrorists.
Oh, I see. That's what that was.
That's exactly what that was. Hamas started it. Israel's going to finish it.
They said people lost eyes and hands and all kinds of stuff. 4,000 people were injured.
If you think about it, I mean, you know what I mean?
Every one of them was a terrorist. Had something to do with kidnapping women and children during a music festival.
They brought the batteries up to 350 degrees, which made them explode.
Oh, they planted C4 in them and triggered them through RF.
How did they get it up to 300 and something degrees?
I don't know. I heard that's what they did. They sent out some kind of signal that made the batteries warm up, and once they hit about 350 degrees, the phones blew up.
But that's kind of hard to do. I can see C4 blowing up with with RF though. You know what I mean? I can see that. I mean, you can light a light bulb. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, they planted C4 in the shipment of batteries. It wasn't the batteries themselves. It was the C4 in the batteries.
And do you hear Wayne? Do you hear Panty Snatcher?
Penny snatcher, key up so I can look at my meter.
He said he wants to know if you can hear me, Break.
Oh yeah, you give me about S6, no problem. Audio's good.
I got about an S3 on you over here in Solderton.
Wayne is back on the map.
What was that?
Old Renegade's back on the map.
Moving on up.
Roger, right on.
Yeah, I couldn't hear something before. I heard you good now. Well, that's definitely showing improvement, huh?
Like I said, yeah, I got an S3 on you over in Solderton, right in the middle of downtown Solderton, but pretty much close to it.
Yeah, I got an S4 on you. I hear you fine. Your audio is good. But before I put this antenna up, I couldn't hear you at all.
Yeah, it all depends where I'm at, too. You know what I mean? A lot of times I'm way up north in the Poconos. You gotta remember, I'm in a Mobile, so. But putting an antenna makes a big difference, too. Yep.
Yeah, I put Mako 5 Ace Wave up. Before I just had a Shakespeare Big Stick.
810 for it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that Panty Snatcher. He's like dog feces. He could be anywhere and get in your shoes.
That's true.
Either you love me or you hate me, or you just love to hate me, one or the other.
You just never know where you're gonna turn up at.
That's right.
I wonder what the Wina would have thought about that.
Who?
The Wina.
The winner. Oh, wow. How are you?
Yeah.
I got a little says, you've been working on this radio, man. I'm gonna get to a big watch. Hey, where's Matt at? Where's Frank at? Oh boy, that goes back a long time now so far, man. I think about it. But why not?
Whatever happened to all those guys?
Matt lives over up in Mount Bethel. Frank 88, he lives up in Mount Top, on top of the mountain up there. Captain Country moved to Florida. I couldn't tell you what happened to the rest of the guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm up there fairly often. I never hear anybody on the radio up there.
Nah, out there you don't. Channel 17, you might hear the guys up around Scranton and like up that way. If you go up anywhere up there, near there. But shit, like up where I used to live up on up by the Pilgrim racetrack, there ain't nobody up there anymore. Hardly. I mean, if there is, they're down on Channel 19 or whatever, just on during the day shoot and skip, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of dead up there. I was like, why even bother putting up a radio antenna when I can't? Well, there's nobody to talk to.
There's a bunch of guys on sideband up there. But they talk on 37 flat. They're up that way, a bunch of them.
I'll have to give a listen next time I'm up there with the truck, which probably will be in a couple of weeks when I go fetch my boat.
They all scattered out from up there, Newfoundland, all the way down to Mount Pocono, every which way. There's a bunch of them up there on I think it's pretty sure it's 37 flat.
That's what, 27,370.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Them guys have been there for years. I can hear them.
And I didn't even switch radios tonight. Jeez.
Yeah, nor did I.
Yeah, I think we were happy with what we were on.
I haven't used this Demco in months. It was time to use the Demco Super Satellite.
All the radios that was gated, and I thought I didn't think my Roy 640 had been on the gate, but then I went dialing through a couple of them, and sure enough, there was one where the Royce was on there. So I don't know. I've completely lost track.
Oh, I remember you running the 640. I don't remember many of them, but that one I remember because that's a pretty cool looking radio. But now, since I doubled with you when I said it, for the benefit of everyone else besides the video gate, yeah, it's been months since I ran the Demco Super Satellite.
Hey Pete, let me have that the name of that YouTube channel so I could key it in my phone so I won't be trying to guess what it was.
441 BSA 1968. I'm up to 226 subscribers.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah, for somebody who isn't like trying to be some sort of an influencer and making money and stuff.
Not trying to be anything that I'm not. And I'm only doing it to document CB radio fun on Classic Radio Roundup. No editing, no programming, no nothing. No post-production, pre-production. It's just the production.
441 BSA 1968.
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel.
I want to hear this one because I want to hear how this tram sounds.
On the Demco Super Satellite.
Four.
Tin foil.
And that's a good choice, too, because this thing's got a really nice big speaker in its own box.
That's what I was saying. The battery that 623 should have an external speaker that look exactly like the radio, since there's no speaker on the front of it.
Yeah, I heard the comment. Yep. Well, yeah, the Satellite came Came with its own little speaker box in between the transmitter and the receiver.
10-4.
And actually, the speaker box itself is as big as some CB radios. It's probably bigger than the Johnson Whiteface.
Or your Metro Tech.
Well, if you turn the Metro Tech sideways, yeah, it's probably about the same size as the Metro Tech.
A month's TV of CB radios.
Yeah, it's just the speaker modulator. It's about the size of the Metro Tech.
So that was Putz, Brainy's brother, huh?
Yep.
Man, if he puts me in touch with Tom, he'd be doing me a good deed.
Yeah, he's from back in the Norristown Channel 29 days.
10-4. I don't know how he got to know Tom, but we all go back to childhood.
That's the thing about Putz Patrol. For some reason, some way, he seems to know everybody.
I know, it's crazy. It's like he knows everybody.
I don't know.
And does he look anywhere like Brainy?
No.
I don't know what Brainy looks like. Maybe I did meet him once, but I can't remember what he looks like. But I knew Putz Patrol pretty good when I lived down in Bridgeport.
No, they're not built the same at all. At least from what I can remember.
I thought it was pretty wild when I found out that they were brothers. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
And Brainy was not too fond of him.
That's all right. I'm not very fond of either of my brothers either, so I get that.
What was that, Pete?
So I'm not too fond of either of my brothers, so I get that.
Yeah, sometimes sibling rivalries and all, that just happens.
Yeah, you can't choose family, but you can choose your friends.
That's right. Sometimes it's a good choice, sometimes not. That reminds me of the whole operator. That's a shame he's gone.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of, man. Either that or the Almond Joy.
Yeah, that was his saying. Sometimes not.
Yes, it is, and sometimes it isn't.
Look at all the pretty Christmas lights.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was unexpected. That was a sudden thing.
Yeah, he went without warning.
Yeah, he did. Here now, then gone a second later.
You know, like, I don't like to think about it, but that could happen to any one of us at our age.
That's right.
I know, I think about it all the time.
I know. That's why when the new BSA comes to the United States, I don't want to be told no. I'm going to buy it. I think they've been dragging their feet. It's been 3 years. It's been out on the market 3 years, and it ain't been here yet. Come on, guys.
Did you say BSA?
That's what I said.
I think that they are the same people that used to make bicycles.
BSA did make bicycles. They made toasters, they made cars, they made washing machines and refrigerators. They made firearms. Oh, they were a very large company at one point and made all kinds of consumer devices. They made paratrooper bicycles. I don't know if you ever been to that Boyertown Auto Museum up there in Boyertown. I don't know if that's the right name, but there's the Auto Museum in Boyertown at the old Fisher Body Works. They have a BSA paratroopers folding bicycle in their display.
Oh, wow, yeah. But anyhow, I was reading some history because, I'm a bicycle buff, and lately I've been messing around with some vintage stuff. I was reading different articles, and BSA showed up, and I thought about you, Pete. I said, I bet you they're the same people that made Pete's motorcycle.
Same people. Around through from basically 1946 to about 1962, they were the largest motorcycle manufacturer in the world. In the world.
Even more than Honda.
Honda was only making mini bikes and mopeds in those days.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't get big until the 70s.
Their breakthrough was the 69 CB754. That's when they broke out. That's the bike that put Honda on the map.
That 4-cylinder, yeah. I remember I had a model of that engine when I was a kid.
I've had a couple of them CB754s.
I have a 554.
I turned a 554 into a dirt bike. It was really fun going up hills and going on straight trails, but it was no fun in any kind of tight trails.
Imagine that was a little on the heavier side for a dirt bike.
Yeah, it was. But boy, going up a steep hill in a straight line, it was an absolute party.
That was a hill climber. That's what that was.
Yeah, with a 10,000 RPM red line.
I remember watching them guys. I think it was over in Quakertown. I watched them guys do the hill climb. That's a sight to see.
Next Sunday, this coming Sunday, Freemansburg Hill Climb. I'm going. Anybody want to go?
Good grief. Where's Freeman's Hill, huh?
Freemansburg Hill Climb. It's near Bethlehem, between Bethlehem and Easton.
I wonder if that's the one I was referring to then. It could be. That might have been the one.
Probably is. It's near Bethlehem.
Oh, I was young. I was pretty young back then. I was really not sober at the time.
Well, I'm going, but I'll probably be sober, but I'm going. I've been going off and on to that for, I don't know, 25, 30 years.
Take your beezer up it. See if the beezer will climb it.
No, my Beezer as is ain't climbing that hill. I'd have to change sprockets and do some stuff. No, I've got a carburetor. They do have Beezers and Triumphs still running up that hill, but they put fuel injection on them.
Yeah, that's the big part. Nowadays, that's for sure. They used to have all different kinds of classes going. At one time, and I don't know how they ran the classes up there, but one particular part of it didn't care. Whoever was next, and it didn't matter what it was. Boy, I'll tell you, you seen some acrobatic stunts going on there.
That's a wild hill with the terraces. A lot of hill climbs are a straight increasing degree hill, where this is an increasing degree hill with terraces in between. It's wild.
Yes, it is. Yeah, back in the day. Oh well, I just think it'd be awful funny to see you go up there and give that a whirl. But no, they got stuff that's built for that stuff. You know, you need some remodeling on that thing.
Yeah, the days of taking stock motorcycles up that hill are long past. I mean, they're highly modified. Although they are still running, like I said, BSA and the old school Triumph motors, they're still running up that hill. But, you know, they're way past stock.
So what's the deal with carburetors? Is it because at an angle like that they flood?
Yeah, they don't work so well. I mean, you got to really tweak the hell out of carburetors with the floats to make them get up that hill without something going wrong, whether it's drying out or flooding. They're all using fuel injection now.
Yeah, that would sort of solve the problem, I guess.
They're going up. I don't know, what is it, like a 70 near the top? I think it's 70 or 80 degrees or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty soon gravity will kind of, lose its grip on the tires, and you.
People make it up to the top of that hill. They do.
Usually have their nose touching their front fender.
Yep, that's about it too. They're damn near vertical.
Yeah,
That's funny, JR.
No, I was telling you, that's a fact, man. That's what they do.
yeah, they're standing on the pegs and leaning forward.
Yeah, with their nose on the fender. It's fun watching that. That's the best kind of racing to me. I love watching them guys because it's man machine against the hill. Of course, they're all timed, but it's still, at the time, it's the guy in the hill, and his machine going up it. That's it.
And you got to deal with them ruts too. It's pretty much, it's challenging, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, call it a night. I'll catch you guys later, and have a good week here. Till next time. Good night. I'm out of here.
Roger.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. I think I'm going to do the same thing. It is 15 minutes past the big hour of 10 o'clock, so I'm still a little tired from last night's 15-hour work session. So we'll catch you guys later, and we'll do it again next week. Classic Radio Roundup, 27.115 on your AM radio dial.
See you, Bagger. See you, JR. Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'm going to close down the video gate. Thanks for another week's fun on Classic Radio Roundup, 27.115 on the AM radio dial. And whoever's left, pick up that breaker. County-wide, going that way, 7-3, and thanks for the fun.
Yeah. JR, Dave, and Pete, catch you later. Go ahead, Breaker.
I know I'm kind of late, but hello and good night.
Yeah, you were definitely late there, Skippy. Good night, Bagger. Good night, Pete. Good night, JR. Hello, Skippy.
Hello.
Yeah, it was kind of tight, so it was a good conversation, so I didn't key up or kind of waiting.
I'm in the other car.
Hey, Roger, I know what you mean, Skippy. Sometimes I do that, too. I'll be listening in, and if I don't want to bust it up, because I know I'll change the whole conversation.
I knew as soon as I broke in, they would have said, well, you know what, it's after 10 o'clock anyway. I'm out of here. It's at 10 o'clock or after.